Hey everybody, welcome back to Youth One Now. Here again with Brian from Boarderline. We are going to be doing part 2 of the how to skate video series. So Brian's just going to talk you through some tricks and stuff and to get you established as a skater. So I'll just hand it off to him.
All right guys, so now we're at the skate park. You've got your board all set up from Boarderline, or you've hit up your local shop and got it all good to go. We tend to tell people first off is to just grab your board, find a nice piece of grass on the outside of the skate park somewhere, throw it down. And this is for really basic beginners, but the basic step is to just jump on and off the board, get some board feel in there, practice going from your pushing stance back to regular stance, just to make sure you got that foot placement all figured out. So just give that a couple of tries. And just make sure when you're jumping on and off, you always want to be pushing with your back foot. So figure out which way you push, whether that's goofy or regular, so right foot forward or left foot forward. If you're regular, left foot forward, you'll be pushing with your right foot. If you're goofy, right foot forward, pushing with your left foot. So just get that motion of jumping from there to there, and just practice on the grass a couple of times. And yeah, that's basics for learning your stances and kind of getting some board feel just before you hit the concrete. All right guys, now that we got the basics of kind of just some board feel and just stepping on and off, and you figure out which way you push, now it's time to take it to some concrete. So just find kind of a secluded space around the park. Your front street or your driveway works just as well, so somewhere that's kind of out of the way. And you're just going to sit your board down. Make sure you're getting that front foot right behind the bolts there. Ready to go, pushing whichever way feels comfortable. And you're just gonna start by just kind of limping along. Just some small, easy pushes. Kind of get that board feel. And then once you kind of have that, hit it a couple of times, make sure you're, see, hit some rocks, it's sketchy. Limp along. And then, once you kind of have, so now that you have kind of a basic understanding of how to push and which foot you're gonna use, you're gonna try and give it a couple of pushes. So I'll give it a couple of pushes and then jump back on and just coast for a little bit. Knees nice and bent. So you want your knees nice and bent, feet over the bolts, and just remember that motion we practice of hopping from here to there, from there to there. Knees nice and low, center of gravity over the middle of the board, not leaning too far back or forward, and just give it a couple of Now the biggest thing is just to make sure that when you're going from your pushing stance to coasting, that front foot has to go from here to there. So you want to make sure you're always getting that front foot from there to there. Everybody wants to go straight into learning how to Ollie and learning how to kickflip. Definitely not where we want to start. You want to learn the basics of the board, how to roll around a park, and how to actually push correctly and use a lot of the features before we get into popping our board at all. So right now we're going to go into dropping in and rolling in. So try and find the smallest quarter you can at your local skate park. This one's 3 feet, so just start with something like that and kind of work your way up. So with the roll in, you're going to start in that pushing position again. Knees nice and bent. Make sure to lean forward into this. If you lean too far back, you're going to loop out and fall. So you want to make sure you give one good push. Coasting, knees bent, lean forward. Just make sure your weight is totally on that front foot, over those bolts. Your lean's nice and forward. You don't want to be slipping back. And yeah, just give that a couple practices. Make sure that you're feeling comfortable with it before you go onto the drop in. Maybe get your friends to hold your hands and pull you into the quarter. If somebody else is there with a skateboard that knows what they're doing, ask them for help. Everybody around the skate park is usually very approachable and friendly. So once you get down the roll in, then you move over to the drop in. So again, find the smallest quarter at your park. Get up here, throw the board down, back foot right over your back tail, completely covering that, sideways, front foot over those bolts, nice and flat across the board. Make sure you're putting all your weight right into the, you want to slam your front foot right into the ground. You want to make sure all your pressure is going straight down, and just lean forward, bend your knees. You want your feet, back foot right there, front foot over these bolts, and when you push your front foot in, lean all the way forward and try to slam your front foot right down into the pavement there. Make sure your knees are bent, you're nice and low, and be confident. You'll get it, but it may take a couple of tries. So get somebody to help you, get somebody who knows how to teach you, and there's lots of people around your local park that'll be ready to help you. So, all right guys, so now that you're rolling around your park, you're confident, you're cruising, the next and most basic trick, but most fundamental trick is the Ollie. And that's what we're gonna work on right now. We're gonna show you the basic setup, foot position, and pop for an Ollie. So set your board down, kind of make sure you have some space if you're just learning. Again, start on the grass, work in your driveway, your street, whatever you want. If you're at your local park, great. But basically, step on your board, you want your foot right back on that tail, really far back, because you need to have that motion like that. So work on that motion right there, the up and down. That is the basic motion or start of an Ollie right there. Next step, once you kind of have your up and down motion, your next motion is bringing that front foot. When you snap back, you want to snap that front foot up. That front foot is going to catch the nose and grip tape of your board. That's what's going to bring it up and level you out. So when you pop your board, you really want to snap that tail down as hard as you can and just bring that front foot forward. Try to jump with the board a little bit. Bring it up, level it out. Good to go.
Nice.
Now you got your Ollies down, you got this basic motion, and you're chilling, all set. The next trick that most people want to go to is a kickflip. Again, one of the most fundamental basic tricks in skateboarding. Also one of the most difficult tricks for a lot of people, like myself included. Basically, same exact motion as an Ollie. You want to snap that tail back, but right when you pop, you want to flick that foot away from you and sideways. So you want to kick right there. That's where the flick point is. You can see most of the time, your shoes are always wearing out right there. It's because of that flick right there. So when you pop,
Nice.
Like that. Very basic and fundamental trick is the pop shove it. Very classic, one of my favorite tricks to do. But again, very similar to your Ollie, where you want to pop that tail down as hard as you can. But it's all, this trick is, instead of being on your front foot like a kickflip, it's all on your back foot and the scoop. So when you pop your board, just scoop this back foot. I like to have my foot a little bit more forward, makes it easier. When you pop your board, just gonna scoop your back foot as hard as you can. Basically take your front foot completely out of the equation, just lift it up. It's just gonna all be in that back foot motion. Right away clean.
Nice. That is part 2 of the how to skate series. Check back next week. We're gonna be doing part 3 on more stuff in the park. And don't forget to enter below for the giveaway. Brian's gonna tell you a little bit about what you guys are gonna receive.
Yeah, so basically what you're gonna win is a Boarderline prize pack. We're gonna do hoodie, t-shirts, maybe a hat or 2 in there, maybe some wheels, you never know. So enter below and get your chance to win.
Yeah, so that's gonna be awesome. And yeah, so don't forget to enter below, like, comment, subscribe, and go check out Boarderline. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Later.